I've learned a system that helps me to learn everything. Coding or some new language like ancient Babylonian.
The Akkadian language.
Akkadu.
Numbers.
No, I'm joking. Memory has been a topic for exploring for centuries. The ancient Greeks thought that it is a gift from gods, while early philosophers like Aristotle find it as a system function of our brain. Today we know that memory is a system that involves different parts of our brain. But the problem is, even that we know how our brain works, we don't have any unique system to tell our brain what to remember and what to forget. But there is a key thing that we can hack our brain and tell him what to remember and what is important for us. In this video, I'm going to tell you about a system consists of 5 steps that helped me in my engineering career to learn everything. As a software engineer and a teacher, I have to learn a lot of information and teach them to people. I also like new languages, and learning all of them took a lot of suffering years from me, like to learn the grammar and word of the new languages. And I started to implement some learning methodologies in my life when I was 15 years old, because then I started to learn HTML. I didn't like school, I didn't study anything in school. That because my attempts to implement some productivity learning system started when I was 15 years old, not from more early years. And I didn't understand why I am forgetting everything on the next day that I've learned. But one day I had an idea why I remember everything from some TV shows, some jokes or some rap music song. And then I implemented these 5 steps in my learning process. The system consists of 5 steps: summarize, think, review, tell, and use. But before moving forward, think for a second. What is common in these 5 steps? It is remembering. Each step in this method helps you, like push you, force you to remember, to repeat and remember. Okay, let's see how it works. The first thing that I've learned something, I do some summary. I can write in my Notion app or my Apple Note. Actually, the application doesn't matter. The important thing that it should have a synchronizing system functionality that I can, for example, I did some notes in my MacBook and then I want to read that text, that summary in my phone. Actually, application doesn't matter which one is it. Choose which one is better for you. And then after summary, I just close my MacBook and I'm starting to think about that method, the thing, the summary that I just wrote. And I am doing my stuff and I am just thinking about it. Then, third step, I open my notes, I open my summary, I'm starting to review them. So, like summarize, think, review. And like review, think, review, think. And I repeat that process, like the second and third steps, for few hours. Like it depends how much information are there, but it is a good practice to learn like from small pieces, the information with small pieces. And then after the third step, I'm calling to my friend and like, or I go to work and I am telling my friend, my colleagues, like, hey, do you know what I have just learned? And I'm starting to tell the thing that I've just learned. And the fifth step, like last one, I just try to use that information. I'm using the information. I can, if it is some new language, I can like try to speak with the native speaker with the language, or if it's some coding, for example, I can do some practical example or some small project, but it's very important to use somewhere. So summarize, summary, thinking, review, telling, and using. These 5 steps I name as a learning based on repetition. Like with this method, we tell our brain that it is an important information for our life and we need to remember it. So after the video, what you need to do is choose your note-taking app. It can be like Notion, Apple Notes, those are my favorites. Then Summarise. ChatGPT also can help you with summarizing. If you learn something, you can put in ChatGPT and like type like summarize the information, or Notion AI can also do it. And think about it, review, call your friend, tell him, maybe there's some information that will be also interesting for him. Call the friend that is interested in some topic, or I can like learn some historical thing for myself just, and I can discuss for a friend about that history things, because he's very interested also in history. And then start to use it, try to use it, like write some sentences. Even if you learn some language and you don't know how to use it, just write some sentences, random sentences, or type something to your friend. Also, check out my previous video, how I would learn to code if I could start over, and also my other latest videos. Follow me on YouTube and Instagram, and I will help you to achieve your goals.